Welcome back for another yummy update. So here we are finally in October. Hopefully it's Uptober. I have a collection of updates coming your way, friends. So Richard Hart has made a post here. I know it's hard to see, but he's basically someone, you can see this picture down here, someone on Reddit, friends. They've shown the LCD PulseChain marketing gifts. And of course, most people are ungrateful. They go, what did I receive in the mail, etc. And a lot of people are like saying, it could be a scam or someone scamming or whatever. And Richard Hart has basically made a post. He says, however stupid you think the average person is, half of people are even stupider. With a sprinkling of irony, these two threads next to each other. And it's not just that they're stupid, they're maliciously ungrateful and spiteful as well. It's amazing. But yeah, that's how it is, friends, as well. A lot of people are spooked by new items and things just entering their home. We heard about, like, for example, Mossad, which is the Israel intelligence agency. Remember, friends, they threw like their bomb, what is it, like 300 or 3,000 pages. So they basically gave, like, Arab soldiers or whatever, the phones, 3,000 of them. And then they didn't blow them up for 2 years. They stalked them for 2 years and then they blew them up. You know what I mean? So I guess when people hear stories like that, they just think twice about sometimes about getting stuff. It's just everyone's spooked in their head. So Mr. Dirty Crypto, pre-showered crypto, says, PulseChain, Richard Hart posted a Reddit thread of people. In the comments, they used my breakthrough post as a jackpot. So these people went out on Reddit. Of course, friends, it's Reddit. They've gone through and they found Mr. Dirty Crypto's post on Twitter. And so they've seen, we found out that where this all come from. It's funny. They use the term jackpot as well, which is, it is funny. But none of this matters until the price goes up. That's a common theme what we see from all these. Checking this out as well, friends. So this is the SEC and stuff out here, right? So during his time as the SEC chair, Gary Guzzler, the Semen demon, waged war on American innovation and stifled our capital markets. I'm calling for answers. Yeah, you're not going to get answers. What I kind of think is, see, this is what happens, friends. If the public gets too on the heels of the bank and the deep state, they literally sacrifice one of their own. Yeah, that's why they're evil. That's why they're evil. When we're in good, we all fight for each other. That's what good, the power of good, we come together. You know that? And power and evil, friends, evil concentrates. Okay, evil concentrates, and then what they do is they keep trying to concentrate. Evil keeps trying to concentrate power, but good decentralizes, and then only if evil's concentrating, then good comes together. Okay, so that's how you know if you're on the winning side, you'll see these themes. If you're on the losing side, if you're on the evil, the demon scum side, you'll see that where they just throw someone out to take a hit, to sacrifice. That's what it comes down to, and it won't be under the guise of being a martyr or anything, because they'll just go faceless. Okay, so that's what Gary Gensler is. So you never know, they might actually charge Gary Gensler with something later on. It'd just be the deep state going like, you didn't do things right. But yeah, that's what you get when you sell your soul to the devil, like Gary Gensler did, and you're working for deep state, insider, banking cartel, scum, literally plaguing on humanity. That's the type of stuff you open yourself to, because you're taking that risk because you want like ultimate power and control. That's just how it works, right? Also, funny times, friends. It's about to be Uptober, babe. We're getting a great entry right now. So, obviously, I think these are two homeless dudes. Oh, no, I think it's a guy and a girl. It's just funny. So, they're withdrawing their pennies from Bank of America, probably having fun. Actually, I don't think they're homeless. I want to apologize. I don't think they're homeless. I think it's just, just a couple enjoying themselves looking at the ATM. So, Uptober, here we go. I've got no hopes for anything now. It's been way too long by this point. We've got ISM manufacturing coming out soon. It's still 49 expected, so it's not like it's good anyway, whatever. Here we go from Crypto Sam. Catch me on Thread Guide today. I'm going to help him do his taxes and shill why PlasmaChain, XPL, and neobanks are a generational trade. So they're actually getting dumped right now. Good to see on topic, because I shared this with you, friends. A guy who put in, look at this. This is the thing. The wallet that deposited $50 million in the Plasma pre-sale sent all 54 million XPL, 63 million tokens to Binance 13 hours ago. So maybe they only released 10% of the tokens, and so he's dumping like pretty much all of it as well. It's kind of funny, friends. I have Andre Cronje, the same as always. Such a cracker meme, man. Such an absolute cracker to see this. Yeah, the same as always. A down-only spiral thing. Yeah, man, because it's hard, man. It's hard. These can't get bids, friends. And trust me, token buyback revenue is not just the answer. Okay, it's not. The volume drops in the bear market 95% anyway. What is the answer? I don't know. We'll figure these stuff out, network effects and stuff over time. Look, until we can find an answer, I guess what we have to do is you have to increase your weight in preparing for the bear market, right? In the heat of the bull market, increase your weight of Bitcoin and stablecoins. That's it, right? You can't go wrong with 50-50 because Bitcoin rallies first in the bear market, but actually in the bear market, Bitcoin goes down too. You need your stablecoins. Your $1. That's a world reserve currency out here. But yeah, this Trump he sold XPL from $1.70 or 60 down to about $1. And he started to murder the price chart. So there you go, friends. Like, you're waiting, and everyone started calling for $10, and that's the type of stuff, unfortunately, you have to deal with. So he's talking about, as well, we're going to speak about crypto taxes. I strongly advise you, friends, put money aside to pay your taxes. Don't introduce all these complexities. Don't try to be some sort of hero out here. Put it on the sideline. Invest more so you can pay off the government. You could do that. That's one alternative as well. Go consult a tax accountant. Thread guy, LA Vape KOL. He made $1 million off Trump, but he owes the government 54%. So he owes them $550,000. He keeps $450,000. So yeah, he owes them that because of his Trump $1 million trade. And yeah, to kind of not really get around that, but you got to do is you got to go speak to your accountant. You set up a trust and a company. The trust owns a company, yada yada, and then you can pay a dividend yield out of that. And then you basically, when you're investing and trading, you're like working for your company. So you pay yourself for salaries. Just go speak to all you can. Everyone has their own loopholes. But then as you make more and more money, if you're making like $10 million, you can still save even more money by, you get an international structure, and then you got to hire people over there just to get bigger and bigger. What the big billionaires do as well, they'll start up their own charity. So like they'll put like, $10 or $20 million to start up their own literal charity foundation, like Jeff Bezos Foundation or whatever. And then what they'll do is they hire someone as a CEO there, and they're like they de facto like help them basically donate the stuff over time. But also what the charity can do for you is a charity can buy stuff and then it can just give it to you. Okay. And you get around paying some stuff. So why would they do that? It's because if you have a company and you make money, you can only spend on business things. You can't just go spend and blow on personal holidays or anything out here. But if the more money you make, if you get a charity, then you can kind of get around these loopholes where, you got a friend who's a manager. You're like, hey, buy this car for me using the charity. Because obviously, like you tell them by mouth, word of mouth. You don't write it down. So they'll buy the car for you, then they go gift it for you. That's how that's how it works in politics and stuff out here. But you need more and more millions. You see how it just goes up and up and up? That's actually why, friends, you ever hear the song by Biggie Smalls, More Money, More Problems? That saying, it actually is true. It actually is true. Like the complexity about things that go on. Oh, man. And you can't stop it. You might say, oh, I've had a lot of money. I won't do that. That's what you say, man. But like if you had 20 million and then you just knew, let's say you made like 3 million in 1 year. You knew that there was something to do to save yourself, like, 600,000. You would go and do it. You're like, man, I'm just giving them 600K, So you never get out of that mindset of trying to get value for yourself. So be careful when it comes to taxes and everything out here, friends. Don't screw around. LA Vape KOL, third guy. Altcoins look bad. Pumpcoin looks good. Pump Fund. Why are people pumping Zcash and PlasmaChain XPL? So just speaking about just generic stuff out here. Gainsy, 90 IQ crypto KOLs wouldn't exist if they didn't have an 80 IQ knuckle dragging audience following them. He says people in crypto have gotten very stupid. Well, the thing is, I don't think they've gotten very stupid. I don't like to use that terminology. I obviously just think what's happened is people have seen that there are too many coins. Everything's diluted attention. So people are forced to watch crypto KOLs. Like, we have to watch them because they direct attention and energy somewhere. Otherwise, no one ever hears about anything else. Unless you can force a pump in them, but good luck with that, man. Like, there's just too many coins. Token Terminal. Why the crypto cycle isn't over yet? Price action since the start of Ethereum and Ethereum app token. So ETH is up 26% and outperforms. So they believe the cycle is obviously not done yet. Many crypto KOLs are bearish as hell, friends. Many crypto are bearish as hell. Even Uncle Bobby, you might say, oh, but he expects it to go up. Yeah, bro, but they're expecting it to literally finish in the next 30 to 90 days. So they're going up and then down for forever, pretty much. Yeah? Up and then down for 3 years. That's what they're saying. Because how long it's been, look at Bitcoin, right? Look at altcoins and everything else. It's been 4 years actually. So that's what pretty much they're saying. It's going to go up and then it doesn't come back to that price for another 3 years. So everyone's actually bearish. We'll see how it all plays out. Nvidia took out its resistance levels up here. Remember, Nvidia's a stock, friends. But hopefully we get to see crypto show us something good instead of just trying to scam us all the time. DeFi Dad. For years, Ethereum Foundation was operating almost like if Nintendo were run by genius engineers who rarely talked about the games they built on Nintendo platform. Wow. So I guess he's basically saying bad things about Ethereum Foundation, saying there's too much soy, there's too much wokeism. They're not even really believing their own products and stuff out here because they're not using them that much. We'll see. The Ether machine. Wall Street's trillions of dollars will run on decades-old rails. That's right now. Ethereum is the only blockchain combining scale, privacy, neutrality, and real security. So this is all the big things about Ethereum. So hopefully we do see Wall Street and everyone start to open their eyes. They're actually buying right now, friends. They are buying right now. But you got 4-year cycle guys jeeting out. So we are here in the Q4 of crypto. Let's not worry about any of that. Whether it's going to end or not soon. I'm just waiting for euphoria. You know, Coinbase App Store ranking is 295. You know, let's wait for top 10. Then we'll see what happens. Like, subscribe, belly button, all. Catch you the next one.